Okay, so we're back with another video about monetizing with AI. So I am in Canva and I am under the template of a journal. So you can, when you log into Canva, you can just type in journal and come to a blank document, and this will have the sizing for you as well. So one of the ways that I have made a lot of money with digital products has been with journals. So they're very simple to make. It's totally up to you how in depth and how deep you want to go into. But for the sake of this video, we'll just do something very short. So the first thing you want to think about when you're doing your journal is what type of contents are going to be in it. You want to always keep your target audience on the forefront. So in this example, we're just going to go with this going to be like a relationship journal or a journal for a girl that is believing for to be married. So what I'm going to do is I made this image in AI. What I'm going to do is take the background out. So that's what I did. I took the background out. And I'm trying to see how I want to position them because there are parts of them that is not fully on here. Okay, so we'll just go with that for now. And see if I can check it down just a little bit. Okay. So let's say that this is going to be my cover. I'm just going to get some text and put something like, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Put something like prayers for your future husband. Now, if you need help with ideas with coming up with it, I would recommend going into ChatGPT and typing in who your target audience is and some of their pain points, and it will help you generate some ideas on different journal types. You can just say something like, um, you can say something like, I have an audience of single women who are believing for a husband. Can you give me some journal ideas? And it will help you. So I'm just gonna do something very simple for this cover so that we can move forward and move on. Um, just change the font. Okay. Mm. We'll just do something like this temporarily. I probably would make this a little bit bigger if I was really going to sell this. I might even turn this down a little bit, fade them out if I wanted to do that. So then there, we have our cover. So what you want to think about is the contents that you're going to put in the actual journal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to search for lined, oops, lined pages and see what it comes up with. So you look through graphics and you'll see a bunch come up. I think for the sake of this, we'll just see what this one is. I don't know if I really want to use that one. Let's try another one. Okay, we'll just use this for now. Now, there's a lot of ways you can go and get these line pages. You can purchase them from different like Creative Fabrica or Creative Market. You can get them off Etsy, or you can use what Canva has and just tweak it to make it your own. Um, we're just going to go with this for demonstration purposes. Now, I can go in here and change this color if I wanted to be black. And I literally can just duplicate these pages and maybe create, I don't know, 50 to 100 pages and call that my journal if I wanted to make it simple. If I wanted to add a little bit more to it, I can take our main image that we started out with, and I can make sure I take the background off, and I can make them maybe smaller and position them here and maybe fade them out a little bit. And that just adds a little jazz to it. I can also position them to be more to the back and have the lines over it if I want to do that. If I want them to be more to the front, I can just bring them to the front. It's totally up to you. You can play around with it. There's so much you can do with this. You can do, if you don't want to do lines, you can go to elements and create a box, or let's just do not a box. Let's just do this shape right here, this square, and then we can change the color, make it a little bit bigger, and change this color to something else. Get something a bit more brighter. And so that here we've created like a border, somewhat of a border effect. You can do things like that. You can turn this transparency down and then add lines on top of that and copy this. There's so much you can do. You would just have to play around with it to make it make sense to your audience and what you want to do. I'm just throwing out a few ideas. Another thing you can do is take in one of these same elements and bring this up here. Okay, maybe not as thick. And then I want to duplicate that and bring that down here. And then what I can do is get some text and type in notes, make that bigger. And then put that up here. And I can give them a page where they can just write without the lines there. So you can do things like that. You can add more of those boxes. Sometimes people have things like that. You can have more of these boxes and then kind of fade it out a little bit. And then you can duplicate this. Maybe make this smaller. And this could be, you know, some other areas in here. Maybe this isn't notes anymore. It's a memo or something. But you can definitely play around with it. I've seen so many people do some creative stuff with this stuff. It all depends on, you know, what your goal is with the journal. And that's another thing when you're creating these journals and stuff like that, you always want to know like what your goal is, right? What do you want the people to get out of this? And I'm just making up, oops, I didn't do that. But the sky is definitely not the limit. You can do whatever makes sense to what you're going to do. I was just pretending that those were little bullets and they can do little things. So you can do so much with this stuff. If you have any of those other, you know, elements that you may have created in AI, you can use those too. You can go back to how we did up here with the page. I can duplicate this page. And then I can bring somebody like her in here, take her background out, and then make her smaller and put her somewhere on the edge of the page like that. And then I can fade her out. Or if I duplicate this, make her bigger, put her here, and then maybe fade her out some. And you still have that image. And you just fade it out, and you can just put it how you want it. You can make it bigger, you make it larger, whatever you want to do, whatever makes sense. You got to remember how you deliver this, because if you're doing a digital product, you're going to deliver this as a digital file that they'll be able to print out. So you want to make sure they'll be able to write on it and things like that. You might even want to fade her out a little bit more. You might want to adjust her, whatever makes sense to what you have going on. And we talked about in another video about her hair being cut off and adding to that. So you can do that here as well. I was just trying to make this short and simple for demonstration purposes. So you can do things like that as well. It's totally up to you. And if you need ideas, go on Amazon, look at other people's journals, go into ChatGPT and ask for more ideas. You can look on places like Pinterest and see what other people are doing in regards to journals. So you can see the inside. So you think about what your target audience, who your target audience is and what they need. And then you build upon that.